Hey, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. The series of pattern printing. So far we have discussed through so many pattern printing problems. In this video, we will see how we can print this particular pattern. So let's go ahead and see how we can print by using for loops, string concatenation, and string multiplication. So for the time being, I will take the input, the value rows as 5 statically because we have 5 rows here. So later we will take the input dynamically from the user. So based on the input, we will generate the pattern. So if you carefully observe here we are not only have this particular stars, but we are also having the spaces here. So in the first row, we have zero spaces, that is no problem. But in the second row, we have one space. In the third row, we have two spaces. In the fourth row, we have three spaces. Like that, we are incrementing these particular spaces. And also, we need to decrement this particular star values on each iterations. So for that matter, for the spaces, I will be taking spaces variable. I am assigning the spaces variable with 0 because in the first row we don't have any spaces. Because of that reason, I have taken the spaces as 0. On each iteration, we will be incrementing this particular spaces value. So to generate this pattern, I will be using for loop for I in range. So we are here we wanted to generate a range of values from rows to till 0. On each iteration I wanted to decrement the values. Because of that reason I am mentioning 1. So now by using this range function we can actually generate a range of values from 5 to 1. So by mentioning this 0 we can actually generate a range of values from 5 to 1. So now in the block, so I will just make you understand how exactly this block works first. So after that we will generate the pattern. So now what I will be doing is that I am using this print function to know how exactly this loop works. So I will be mentioning the spaces, and also I will be mentioning this particular I. So if I print plainly I don't get this pattern because by using this range function we are generating range of values 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we want the pattern as in the first row we have, if you carefully see here, we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 stars. In the second row, we have 7 stars. In the third row, we have 5 stars. In the fourth row, we have 3 stars. In the fifth row, we have 1 star. So, to get that particular pattern, we need to do one operation here. If you carefully observe in the first row, we have multiplied this particular I, which is 5 on the first iteration. 5 multiplied with 2, which is 10 minus 1. Like that, if we do this particular operation on each row, we can actually get this particular pattern. So I will simply mention what exactly that is. 2 into 2 multiplied with I minus 1. This is what exactly logic that to generate this particular pattern. So I will mention this particular pattern. So 2 into 5, which is 10 minus 1, which result as 9. So 2 on the next iteration, 2 into 4, which is 4, 4 minus 1, 2 into 4, which is 8, 8 minus 1, which is 7. Like that, we can actually generate this particular values for stars here. So later, what I will be doing is that we need to increment these particular spaces on each iteration, right? So because of that reason, I will be mentioning spaces plus equal to 1. So by mentioning this, I am incrementing the spaces values on each iteration. So if I execute this, I am able to get 0, 9, 0 spaces and 9 stars, 1, 7, 1 space and 9 stars, 2, 5, 2 spaces and 5 stars. We don't actually have these spaces and stars. So for that spaces and stars, I will mention space multiplied with this spaces variable. So by mentioning this, we are actually doing something called string multiplication. If you don't know about string multiplication and string concatenation, in the video of pattern printing 1, I have explained how exactly this string concatenation and string multiplication works. So now I will be concatenating these particular spaces with this particular stars. I haven't mentioned stars. Now I will mention stars here. So I will mention stars, and stars will be multiplied this particular thing that what we have understood from that particular pattern. So if I execute this, I can able to see the result as like this. That is what we have expected previously, right? So the same pattern we have printed by simply by mentioning this string concatenation and string multiplication. I hope you have understood this logic. If not, let me explain you once again. So we want rows. For that reason we have taken the rows as 5 statically. So we want spaces also. If you see this particular pattern, the spaces are increased on each iteration. So because of that reason we have taken the spaces. So by using this for loops, we are iterating this particular range of values from 5 till 1. So after that, we are printing this particular pattern. Initially, we are printing spaces and we are combining that spaces with stars by this. And after that, we are incrementing the spaces because on each iteration, we need to increment the spaces. So like that, we are actually getting this particular pattern. So let me take this rows input dynamically from the input. So because of that reason, I am taking input to I want integer value. Because of that reason, I have mentioned in here, and I am asking user to enter any number. So as and when if I execute this particular program, it was asking to enter any number. If I give 5, we are getting the same result what we have expected. So if I give some other number, let's say 8, so I am getting the similar pattern that what we have expected, right? So if I give some other number, let's say 12, so I can able to get this particular pattern as well. So by using this logic, we can actually generate this particular pattern with any given number giving by the user. So I hope you have understood this particular logic to generate this particular pattern. In the next video, we will discuss how we can generate this particular pattern using for loop, string concatenation, and string multiplication. So if you have the solution, if you can write the solution like this, you can write the solution for this pattern and put it in the comment section. So even so, I will discuss this particular pattern in the next video. To stay updated, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notifications all, so that whenever I upload any video, you will get the notification. So thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.